You guys. So yesterday I come home. I back into my parking spot. Outside my front door, I see a package. I'm like, I'm guessing my boyfriend ordered something. He never orders anything, but in the rare occasion he does. Whatever. I don't find out about it. I hadn't ordered anything since 2025. Therefore, I wasn't expecting a package. So I'm confused. I also considered that maybe the mailman got confused and dropped off a package for us, but it's actually for the neighbor across from us because for some reason their mail sometimes makes it to our house. Anyway, just to give you some context, I guess, for how this all started and how I'm confused. That package had been on its way to its destination since February the 11th, and today is February the 26th, so about 2 weeks ago. First, I drop it off at my local post office. Then it goes to our regional distribution center. Then it leaves and it goes all the way to Avondale, Arizona. Then it leaves to the San Diego Distribution Center. Then it goes to a place called Palma Valley in California. And then at that Palma Valley, it says that the return to sender is processed. In other words, the package being returned to me is happening on February 19th. And if you guys remember, I live in the East Coast. So this package traveled entirely all the way to the West Coast, only to come back to me. And then it left San Diego on February 21st, and it made it to my regional facility on the 24th. It arrived at the local post office on the 25th, and then yesterday is when I received it. So my question is, why? Whose fault is this? Because to me, that sounds wasteful and expensive, although I'm not incurring the charges for this at all. But what I'm saying is, for instance, I don't know if this is the fault of the platform I use to sell my clothes. That's what the package was. But first of all, how did they not detect that the buyer's address was incomplete? Second, at my local post office, how is it that this thing generated the label, you saw where it was going, you scanned it, and at no moment at all was the package suspicious to the computer? Like, the address was not suspicious to the computer at all. And then you let it go all the way to my regional distribution center. This has happened to me 3 times, counting this time. And in the past, I can tell you that it never made it further than my regional distribution center. So I just wonder, how was it that you let the package get that far? And you ultimately decide, wait a minute. We actually don't know where this is going, so we gotta send it back, all the way back, cross country, to the sender. My recommendation, if it's possible, would be something like, hey, how about if the package is already in the state it is meant to arrive to, it is already at the regional distribution center of the recipient, why not hold the package? Obviously, not at the distribution center, but at the local post office, close enough to where this person is. And somehow send me a notification that, hey, we have this person's package in our possession, but we're going to keep it on hold to give you some time to contact this person, aka me emailing the person who got the package, so that I can be like, hey, your package is actually being held. So since your name is on the shipping label, go over there, show your ID. your ID with your current address and pick it up. Wouldn't that be better? Because now it's very possible that once this order gets canceled and they get their money back, what's going to happen is that if this person wants that item really badly, they're going to buy it again after updating their address. So this package is going to go on that whole ass journey again. Doesn't that sound wasteful for you guys? Because to me, it really sounds wasteful. And I just wonder, first of all, why didn't the platform catch that was an invalid address? I don't think it's the platform's fault. I don't think it should be them at all, because they're not in charge of addresses like that. They're just in charge of making sure that the platform functions the way it's supposed to. Like, my pictures are visible, the description that I write out is visible, the prices that I set are visible, all of that. Why would it be their responsibility to ensure that they're giving you a correct address, right? But at the post office, they literally deal with this day in and day out. I would imagine that at the very least, the moment I try to scan, or they try to scan, the shipping label that I slapped on it, then why wouldn't their system, which should be synchronized with every mailing address that's possible for them, why wouldn't that detect that something is wrong while the package is still here on this side of the country, as opposed to many latitudes and longitudes away? And then when I saw that stupid sticker, it triggered me, because it goes like, return to sender, insufficient address, unable to forward, return to sender. Is my idea too radical? I don't think it's ideal to be holding a ton of packages, right? But I really think it would be much better if we do it that way. Like, the package made it all the way over there. Like, within the tracking, if it's delayed by a certain amount of time, it'll send out a notification that's like, hey, there's a delay with your mailing. Naturally, as the responsible person I am, I will open up the tracking and examine what is going on, because it usually gives a reason. Is it the fires that were happening in California? I saw that banner. Was it inclement weather, like say winter storms? I've seen that one before too. Or in this case, why couldn't you notify me something like problem with delivery address, and that way I can do my own research over here. I can reach out to the person who's expecting this package and be like, hey, can you supply this information for me? Or better yet, it would be better for them to just hold it at the post office, and then this person can show up and retrieve it. I really think that's better than them telling me what's the rest of the address, because I understand why that wouldn't be really appropriate, especially with my limited powers regarding that. But honestly, if you're able to hold packages in general, why wouldn't you be able to hold it for this circumstance? So I think the post office should consider that, and it could be a successful thing, a successful program. But for it to come back to me after it went in that entire journey, I was surprised. I was shocked. I was not expecting that at all. I did see a notification that there was a brief delay, but it never told me why. It just said that it was on its way within a couple of hours of me getting that initial delayed notification, which I thought, I don't live out there. I don't know what happens on that side of the country. It's not relevant to me. So maybe they're going through something, or maybe because the northeast has been attacked by so much snowfall, like say they're 40 inches of snow or however much they have gotten so far. I thought, okay, seems legit. I can imagine anything that was meant to go out there, maybe it hasn't been mailed out there, or it's gotten returned back this way, because I would imagine their region is shut down for a little bit because of the bad weather, whatever. That's fine. But I'm just saying, after making it all the way over there, that just doesn't compute with me. So I don't know. I thought I would share my story to see if you guys have experienced something like that. And maybe you guys have better understanding or knowledge about that stuff, because all I can do is think about it Logically, like what I think would be most efficient, but maybe there's a good reason why that isn't the case. Why they allow it to make it all the way out there and not send out a notification requesting for the person to show up, like their package will be held, or better yet, send some kind of message to me if I want the package back. Because in some instances, I would be willing to be like, you know what, don't worry about it. Like, do not incur that charge. I don't know how much it would cost for them to handle this themselves, like say how much it costs for my package to come back to me. Maybe it costs nothing, because technically if you have a truckload of stuff going out anyway, what's an extra box gonna do, right? That's the part that I don't understand. So I just thought that I would share my story and see what I can learn from this one. Okay, that's it. Bye.